Ladies and gentlemen, fearing a possible Indian retaliation over the recent Pahalgam attack, a jittery Pakistan has now scrambled its air force into action, launching two major air warfare exercises, Fiza-e-Badr and Lalkar-e-Momin, in its central and northern air commands. Starting tonight, Pakistan Air Force aims to keep its fleet airborne in a heightened state of readiness, second-guessing India's potential military response. Pakistan, no matter how much you try this, you cannot really guess what's going to come your way. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the response, a jittery response. This is just one of it. I'm going to next show you how Pakistan is scrambling all their assets put together, moving towards the LoC, hoping that they will be able to thwart what they believe is going to be a big retaliation coming in from India. On your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen, starting from tonight, Pakistan Air Force wants to carry on an exercise. This exercise is to keep their aircrafts airborne, and they say that this is to show how they are ready. But the reality is something completely different. If you really stack together the air power of India versus air power of Pakistan, Pakistan is nowhere close. And I'm going to detail that out in a short while from now. But first, let me also go across to Gursimran, as well as Kaswar, who's joining us from Islamabad. First to you, Gursimran, getting us the latest details. I want to go back full frame with those images that we have just accessed. Pakistan says that they want to be air ready right now. They're going to keep their aircrafts airborne because they believe that the next 72 hours is extremely crucial, because they suspect that perhaps there's going to be a retaliation from the Indian side. Yes, there's going to be a retaliation, but of course we're not announcing that.
Sishavan, the Pakistani Air Force has made the announcement that they will be conducting the two major air exercises that will begin tonight. That is the Lalkar-e-Momin and Fiza-e-Badr that they are going to conduct tonight. It is completely the rattled Pakistan, because what they see it that India might be coming any time, and that's why they want their assets to be airborne. And for the same, they have given this name of the exercise that is beginning in the northern and the central sector, which are the crucial sectors for the Pakistani side, because they know that when India will strike back, they have to come to this side only, and that is why the Pakistan has gave this name, that is they are going to conduct two major air exercises. But the reality remains that the Pakistan is completely in fear that India will come to them, India will hunt these terrorists down and the perpetrators down, and they are well aware of what has happened in 2019 in Balakot, when the Indian Air Force they conducted the airstrike, the precision strikes that have taken place on the location of the terrorists that were completely decimated by the Indian Air Force. So that's why the rattled Pakistan is now coming into it. And also one more thing, they know that the Indian Air Force is well aware and is well prepared. Reason being that the India has way back conducted the operation, the exercise Akraman that was there in the central sector, and how India moved its assets from the eastern sector. The Pakistan is now completely rattled, and that is the sole reason that they have announced this afternoon that they are going to conduct two exercises. Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it does not end there. Now we're going to get to you. Now, this is certainly coming across hilarious, because Pakistan believes that we're going to announce that we're going to attack, but in a stealth manner. The way we have carried out attacks, the Uri surgical strikes, the Balakot surgical strikes, that is the reason why we're saying that our military operates in a very different manner, unlike the Pakistanis. On your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen, how the Pakistani Army is moving their artillery towards the line of control. The videos of vehicles on the way from Sargodha to Lahore, and then to forward bases of army. The movement was meant for the 10th Sindh Regiment in Lahore, from where it will be sent further. Exclusive images. Now, let me just tell you, if you're wondering where exactly it's come, it's not a social media video, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, you have had the Pakistanis themselves, Paki army soldiers, putting up these very videos of their own movement on their own profile. Ladies and gentlemen, as our agencies have been tracking very closely of what's happening in Pakistan, let me just tell you this, that these are authentic videos that have been accessed by Republic TV. This is after the Pakistani soldiers themselves are putting out their movement. In fact, in a press conference just about a few days ago, you've had a Pakistani journalist actually asking a question to the defense minister, saying that late last night, 2 mountain divisions have been moved towards the line of control. So what's really happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is what is happening. Pakistani Army, which has now put out their entire movement of their army out in open for everyone to witness. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reality of the Pakistani army as they're essentially making the movement. They're hoping that they'll be able to strengthen their position. In fact, when I've spoken to some of my sources, this is what my sources say, that they basically strengthen their position by once again realigning the Pakistani Rangers to the line of control. Let me also bring in Kaswar, who's joining us from Islamabad. Kaswar, there is no doubt about one thing, that Pakistanis believe that there is going to be a retaliation, and that is the reason why there is preparation that is basically underway in Pakistan, hoping that they will be able to thwart a surprise attack by the Indians. What's really happening in Pakistan?
Well, Shamal, let me tell you, one thing is clear, that Pakistan has actually extended India that let us come together and investigate the matter first. But on the other hand, Pakistan is fully prepared. You know, Pakistan has an army which have been fighting unseen war for last 45 years. So they don't need training, they don't need anything, but they are fully prepared. This is what I have got to know from my sources. Pakistan Armed Forces, ground sources, Pakistan's agencies, and Pakistan's Air Forces fully stand by. This is the only thing which I can tell you from Islamabad. On one hand, they are killing, they are quelling the militancy in Balochistan and in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and on the other hand, they are fully prepared to take on any unwanted situation across the line of control. As I speak to you, I have got to know that the Pakistan's Air Force have been standby to retaliate any type of misadventure. So in a one-liner, I can tell you that Pakistan is fully prepared to for a war, but still there is a understanding that Pakistan will not take first step. Rather, they will only retaliate. This is what I can tell you from Islamabad.
Well, just let me also quickly take our viewers, as Kaswar has now confirmed that yes, they are preparing, and that is the reason why their army soldiers are now putting out their own movement of their convoy is now being put out. That's the professional way that Pakistani army basically operates right now, by making sure that the world basically knows that how their army divisions are basically moving, where their columns are moving, how many Pakistani soldiers are basically deployed at the line of control. Thank you very much. It does actually help the military to strategize how exactly to carry on.